Hey guys, Amy here, talking about being 12 weeks pregnant. Not much to report on the symptom front, pretty much the same old food aversions, food cravings, and sleeping a lot. Before I was pregnant, I loved gum, and now when I have gum, it grosses me out, like it makes me gag. It's so bizarre. And I also kind of had to abandon that 1 pound of Lifesaver mints I bought because they start to dissolve and they get powdery, and that powderiness really grosses me out. There are times where I just want one specific thing and that's it. Last weekend, I don't know why, I really wanted Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I wouldn't even put Cinnamon Toast Crunch in my top 5 favorite cereals, but it had to happen. And I can't buy anything in bulk because once I like something, it's like the next week I don't. Like, I remember one of my earliest pregnancy cravings was chicken quesadillas. Those sound extremely gross right now, so I don't know what's up with me. I am just a picky eater. I had my second OBGYN appointment a week ago for the genetic testing. I'd done a lot of research on the California Genetic Screening Program versus the NIPT, the non-invasive prenatal test. The bottom line was the NIPT tests for more things and it's more accurate. So I emailed my doctor ahead of time and said, hey, we talked about it, we want to do the NIPT. And she said, we'll discuss it at our next appointment. So I got really worried that she was going to, for whatever reason, block me from having this test. We had talked about it briefly at my first appointment. I didn't know much about the California Genetic Screening Program and all of that. But, you know, she kind of brushed off the NIPT saying, oh, I don't recommend that if you're not over 35. And it's probably not going to be covered by your insurance. I called my insurance, they said it was covered, so I'm like, give me that test. I went in for my appointment, and she just said, you understand it might not be covered. And I said, yes. Even I said, you know, I called my insurance and it was, whatever. And she said, you might get a bill. And I said, okay. And she said, all right, here you go. And she gave me the paperwork for it. So they sent in my vial to a lab in San Francisco. And I actually got the results back 1 week after. It was really cool because they had an online portal for the lab where I could actually see each step for the genetic testing. So I could see, you know, we got your sample, the robots are looking at it, people are looking at it. It was kind of like a pizza tracker from Domino's. I found out I got my results during my lunch break. I tested negative for, you know, the trisomies, for Down syndrome, for, you know, they look for abnormalities with your sex chromosomes. You know, you can have like not just XX or XY, you can have like XXX or XXY or microdeletions. I'm not very scientific, but everything that they tested me for I didn't have, or everything they tested my baby for they didn't have. And then there was a button on my phone and it just said, click here to find out your baby's sex. And I just couldn't bring myself to click on it. I just was frozen. And my husband had to log into the account too. So I asked him to go look at it. And he said, I know, do you want to know? And I said, I don't know. I asked him to send me a cute gendered outfit as a way to tell me what we were having. So he was very quiet for maybe 10-15 minutes. And then he sent me a bunch of outfits at the same time, so I knew based on the outfits he picked that we were having a boy. I'm happy, of course. I think it's just, I always pictured myself as a girl mom. I don't know why. I felt more confident on my girl name choices. You know, I've been on Pinterest and looking at all the girl outfits and the girl nurseries, so I have to switch gears a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. I understand all these things are very shallow and short-sighted. And I understand too that gender and sex are all very complex things, and you know, maybe my kid is, you know, not going to identify as a cisgendered male, and that's totally fine. But, you know, I'm just talking about babyhood stuff. I'm not trying to, you know, make some grand assertions on their identity as a whole. If they tell me, Mom, I'm this, I'll be like, cool. So after hitting the 12-week mark and getting a clear genetic screen, we felt confident about telling all of our family and telling everybody. It's just, we waited so long to even tell our parents because we didn't want to come out and say like, hey, good news, just kidding, bad news. I don't want to be morbid or anything, that's just how these things can go sometimes. So after work on Monday, my husband and I made a bunch of phone calls telling people we were pregnant. We probably could have called even more people. It's just, it was a lot of phone calls, so it's really hard to call everybody, so I hope the people we didn't call understand. I announced on Facebook the next day and Instagram. I actually told my boss I was pregnant a few weeks ago because I felt really bad for, you know, missing work and being late, and there was that one day I randomly disappeared to the ER and didn't come back. So I kind of wanted to tell my boss, hey, I do care about my job, I just have this going on. But my coworkers didn't know. So yesterday I bought a bunch of food to feed them. My original plan was to get bagels, but that involved waking up early, and a plan to wake up early never works out. So I bought some food, I bought some lunch food, and I put it down on the table next to a sign. That was kind of corny, but I've been on Pinterest. I've been spending way too much time on Pinterest. It says, oh, it's probably going to be reversed. Amy is carrying around more than, and that said bagels, but I had to switch it to Daphne's. Baby boy coming February 2019. So it's kind of cheesy, but it was so funny because like 3 people got plates of food before somebody saw the sign. I have started to buy baby stuff. I'm trying not to get carried away because I could easily buy everything baby needs tomorrow, and that would just be kind of irresponsible. I should do it gradually and look for sales and yard sale groups and all of that, but I couldn't help myself. I think it was last week was Amazon Prime Day, and I got a notification on my phone that the baby carrier that I picked out was on sale, and I knew. I've been researching baby gear for the past year or so, on and off, because I'm nuts, and I knew this baby carrier was normally like in the $140 range. It's the Lil Baby carrier. It's all seasons, so it has these vents in it because I live in a place with really hot summers. And I also like this carrier because you don't need a special infant insert, and you can put your kid in like 50 different positions. You can on your back, your front, boom, boom, boom. And I still have absolutely no idea what on earth, how to put this thing on. It's let me see. Oh, did I mention Amazon Prime had it for $90 when it was normally $140? Yeah, this thing is a beast. Someday I will learn, but it's a baby carrier. And I tried to get it. I was on my phone, you know, just like hitting like add to cart, and it kept glitching out. So I sent it to my husband and I said, don't ask questions, buy this. Pick a color you'd wear. And so he actually got it. And then it was immediately sold out. So that was pretty cool. So we did get one thing because it was a good deal, like 50 bucks off. Yes, please. When I found out I was having a boy, I wanted to buy something stupid to announce the sex of my baby, because I spend way too much time on Pinterest. I went to Target and there wasn't really a whole lot of selection, but I did get these baby shoes. Some people have told me that these look like girl shoes. I don't see it, but I mean, I guess they could be fine on a girl too, but I figured at least they're navy blue. And babies don't even really wear shoes. Baby shoes are stupid. Babies aren't walking anywhere. They were like $5, so whatever. I got them as a decorative nursery piece, I guess. It's not like, these seem like they'd be pretty uncomfortable to walk around in. Not that their babies do much walking. When I found out I was having a boy, I just had to get an outfit. I was looking through all the stores, and I've been, you know, listening to a lot of YouTube videos trying to get feedback on things that are practical, things that are stupid, and the consensus seems to be for newborns, you really don't want to get them elaborate outfits. You know, that's why I'm saying things like shoes are stupid. It seems like the universally liked thing are these zipper sleepers. They are easy because, well, there's like one snap, that's not a big deal, but it zips on and off really easily. And it also has feeties because baby socks are also stupid and don't stay on supposedly. I say this as I've dressed 0 babies, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, so I'm a pretend expert. And I've also heard that baby mittens are stupid, but you probably should get mittens for your baby so they don't scratch their face. So it's got these little mitten cuffs. I looked through so many outfits and I saw a lot of those button-up sleepers, but honestly, they snap, and I just thought, like, I'm never going to want to snap an outfit on and off. That, like, I don't even want to wear my own clothes that are snap up. I also got these stupid hats with the stupid ears. This is ridiculous. I'm not gonna go overboard on baby clothes though. I'm sure I can get a lot of them in bulk really cheap on the Facebook yard sale groups. It's just, I just found out I was having a boy, so I wanted to get myself a little outfit. At my OBGYN appointment, my doctor asked me if I was having nausea and vomiting, and I said, no, not really. If anything, I am hungry all the time and eat more. And she said that was fine. So I guess it's not a problem. I've gained maybe about 5 pounds so far. I was, 93 when I first got a positive test, and now I'm 98. So it's not the end of the world. I think my bloating's gotten under control. Like, I'm wearing a flowy shirt, but I mean, I just look a little chunky. I'm not really showing. This is as much as I can suck in. And then press out. So, no bump yet. But I feel like I'm definitely a lot less bloated than I was a few weeks ago, when every time I ate food I would just turn into a balloon. But yeah, that's about all that's going on right now. I will keep you guys posted. Bye guys.